You know, something that annoys me is when like YouTubers or influencers try to go to North Sentinel Island for clickbait to try to meet the most uncontacted tribe in the world. Okay, let me back up if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, that's India. If you zoom in here to the east between Myanmar and Indonesia's Sumatra Island, you find these guys. These are the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, divided into the North Andaman and South Nicobar Islands. They fall under India's sovereignty as a union territory. Pakistanis, I know I'm not gonna get into all this. You guys battle it out in the comments. Fun fact, the Andamans actually have barren Island, which is India's only volcano. And for like 200 years, the Nicobar Islands were under Danish rule. What? Anyhow, the island I was referencing is this one right here in the Andamans, North Sentinel. Yes, there is a South Sentinel Island, but it's super small and uninhabited, and nobody pays attention to small uninhabited islands unless if they're like super remote and give you an advantageous geopolitically EEZ zone. But that's another story. This island has the world's most isolated, uncontacted tribe known as the Sentinelese. To this day, we really don't know anything about them or their language. They have been known to be hostile towards outsiders, and we only have a few documented cases of them interacting with the outside world. The most famous incident being with anthropologist Madhumala Chattopadhyay in 1991. She and her 12 other colleagues were the first and only people to have had a peaceful documented interaction with the native Sentinelese people, as she was commissioned by the Indian government under a fellowship grant to conduct an anthropological survey of the island. And since 1996, India has ceased all state-sanctioned contact visits and now has a zero contact policy. Anyone sneaking into this island is breaking a huge law and will get arrested if caught. Although keep in mind, although the Sentinelese people are uncontacted, they aren't the only isolated peoples on the islands. There are other peoples that have had minor contact but prefer to be isolated. There are about 6 main tribes of natives on these islands, and besides the North Sentinelese, there are about 3 other forest nomadic tribes that are almost completely isolated and prefer very little contact with the outside world. First, you have the Onge peoples on Little Andaman Island with very limited controlled contact, and you need permission to see them. Today, it is estimated that they have about 120 people. Then you have the Jarawa people in Middle Andaman Island. They were actually completely unknown and uncontacted until the 1990s, and today they're estimated to have about 400 to 500 people. And then you have the Shompen peoples on Great Nicobar Island. They pretty much live in the dense forests away from the developed Campbell Bay area, and today it's estimated they have maybe around 300 people. All 3 of those peoples are still incredibly isolated, and they may only come out to trade forest products for tools and other supplies, and you still need permission to visit them in their areas. But otherwise, yeah, there you go, the isolated peoples of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands.